Blackpink's Jennie has addressed 3 different controversies this week.
Okay.
First, paparazzi photos of her and GOT7's BamBam hanging out at a restaurant in LA started circulating yesterday. While many speculated this might be for BamBam's YouTube show Bam's House, or maybe a meeting about her upcoming solo project, others ran with the rumor that the two were dating.
Bro, and I say this every video, bro, y'all gotta get a life, bro. Like, even if she is, why do you care so much to start a rumor, bro? Like, let these people live.
These photos and speculations blew up to the point where Jennie's company had to put out a statement clarifying that the two have been close friends for a while and simply met up for a meal while in the US. This week also saw the release of Jennie's editorial and shoot with Harper Bazaar, where she directly addresses her previous indoor smoking incident. If you remember, in one of her vlogs, she was seen vaping while getting her makeup done in Italy, resulting in a formal apology and a personal apology to the staff. Well, in this Harper Bazaar editorial, Jennie stated, "What can I do? If Korean people think it's wrong, I've got to make up for it. It's like, I get why you guys are upset. It's cultural, it's history, it's time, and I can't go against time." The third issue that had to be clarified is regarding her fandom name. Last week, it was announced that Jennie had signed a partnership deal with Columbia Records and will be coming back in October.
Just, hey, being honest, she looks stunning, bro.
Announced that Jennie had signed a partnership deal with Columbia Records and will be coming back in October. This week, along with a countdown timer, we also got a voice message from her.
Hi Rubies, it's Jennie. Stay tuned and see you soon. Love you. Bye.
In the clip, she referenced her fans as Rubies, presumably from Jennie Ruby Jane, which then garnered her backlash, as Ruby is also the fandom name of Kwon Eun-bi. The uproar prompted Jennie's company to clarify that Jennie was just using it in this particular news update, and it was not an official announcement of her fandom name.
Nice save. Nice save, cause hey, I feel like low-key, it wasn't just for this specific situation, but they was like, we could low-key save this. I don't know. What y'all think about this? I ain't gonna lie. I feel like the other 2 controversies, she did a good job. The first controversy with the dating stuff, people just need to get a life, bro. They was hanging out, chilling. Even if they was dating, it don't matter. The second controversy, I think it was very, very respectful. Could she have went more in depth? Yes, but she addressed it on something where it didn't really necessarily cause for her to go super in depth. And then this last one, it's not even really like a controversy for real. But I could see where people coming from. Don't steal somebody else's fandom name, because then it could. But eventually, it's like, after so many fandom names, you don't think it's gonna be any, like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all let me know y'all's opinion on that below.
Name. Speaking of photos and videos coming out causing a big stir, someone uploaded a photo claiming they saw WayV's Henry hanging out with Lucas and multiple women at the bowling alley. This garnered some backlash, many criticizing Lucas for, quote, not being able to control himself despite his past controversies, while others criticize Henry, saying he should be more careful after members of his group have already left due to issues involving women. Well, Henry has now seemingly defended himself, thanking fans for their concern, but explaining that it was just a gathering among friends and normal socialization. We just talked about Jennie addressing her indoor smoking situation. Well, this week, a clip of EXO's Baekhyun vaping inside a restaurant in Macau started circulating online. The sweater he was wearing in the video was the same one he wore during his show. Reportedly, in Macau, the law defines smoking to include e-cigarettes, which means it is also prohibited anywhere that smoking is not allowed. This garnered him a lot of criticism, as it's not only prohibited, but because it was also said to be inconsiderate. Baekhyun and his company would soon issue a statement.
Especially if it's a part of the law, I can see how that's valid. Even if, no matter how you feel about it, if it's against the law, you don't get no leeway, you know what I'm saying?
Apologizing to everyone who experienced discomfort because of the recent indoor smoking controversy, explained that Baekhyun and the staff were unaware that electronic cigarettes were prohibited, and that he feels deeply sorry for disappointing many fans due to his careless actions.
Yeah, and also I could see how people could think it's not as bad as cigarettes, because even over here in the States, like, cigarettes is something that you smoke outside, you know what I'm saying? Don't do that inside, they gotta smell this, that, and the other. But inside, people really do be vaping and stuff like that, so I could see how they could not know that. But you gotta be, you know, no excuses.
They will be more vigilant to ensure this doesn't happen again. I always think we're done talking about the infamous YouTuber Sojang, but now that so many idols are suing them, I don't think we're ever gonna be done talking about this topic.
장원영한테 미안해요, 안 미안해요? 대답! 장원영한테 미안합니까, 안 미안합니까?
Well, after IVE's Won Young won her lawsuit against Sojang, Kang Daniel has also now won his first trial against the malicious YouTuber. Unfortunately for Sojang, they are not done, as Kang Daniel's representation will now proceed with a civil lawsuit seeking almost $75,000. Someone else who looks like they'll be facing severe punishment is a man who was caught trespassing HYBE's headquarters and stayed there for 3 days undetected.
What? Bro, how did he get away with this, bro? And what are you doing? Like, you don't got a job in your 40s, my nigga? Bro, do you not have a job? You 40 years old trespassing and you was in there for 3 days straight? Come on, bro. And how did he go undetected?
According to police, the man entered through the building's basement, walked through the front entrance and sat in a lobby chair for about an hour. He then used an elevator to go downstairs, bypassed security doors, crossed another glass security door, and then wandered through the building between the 3rd and 18th floors for 3 days. Eventually, a staff member began having suspicions about the man loitering and reported him to the police, who arrested him that evening. The police investigation so far revealed that this man is unemployed and used HYBE facilities in the
You didn't have to tell us he was unemployed. We knew that. Bro, 3 days, bro? You low-key could have got away with this if you wasn't being greedy and weird. You literally could have went in there, had a full tour on your own, no security needed, and you would have been able to leave, but you stayed for 3 days, bro.
Cafeteria meant for staff and trainees. The man apparently told the police he was an American investor who entered the building for a meeting with HYBE officials. HYBE has also now commented on the situation, confirming the man entered illegally and is still being investigated to ensure severe penalties are imposed. And as if HYBE didn't have enough to deal with already, a lot has transpired ever since NewJeans' shocking livestream requesting Min Hee-jin be reinstated as ADOR CEO by September 25th. Following their sudden broadcast, the newly appointed CEO of ADOR responded stating they will stick to regulations and respond calmly. HYBE is a company which follows rules, and those who follow rules always end up as the winners. Now, one media outlet came out claiming that according to HYBE, they found CCTV footage that shows the outlet members greeting Hani and that the manager never told the girls to ignore Hani as she suggested, even though she never mentioned a specific group. Meanwhile, Min Hee-jin then filed for a provisional injunction seeking reappointment as an internal director of ADOR, explaining that by dismissing her as CEO, HYBE violated their shareholders agreement, which guaranteed her a 5-year term as CEO and an inside director on the board. HYBE would respond to this, stating the shareholders agreement has already been terminated, therefore its legal effect is void.
Whenever they terminate a shareholders agreement, do they have to pay you out, or what is, like, legally? I don't know all of the stuff behind that. This got nothing to do with Min Hee-jin. I just want to know for my own sake. You know, I am in entrepreneurship and business and stuff like that. And, you know, I did learn a little bit about contracts and stuff like that in college when I was in, like, business school and stuff. So I know a little bit about it, but mentally, I'm like, wouldn't they have to, like, buy her out? So how would she not know that, like, it's been terminated? And, like, on what grounds was it terminated? If you signed a contract saying that you was gonna be in that position, I'm sure there was some type of clause. Like, it gotta be more to this.
Their decision to dismiss her as CEO is unrelated to that agreement. This is where things get even more interesting, because BTS's Jungkook surprisingly posts on the account dedicated to his dog Bam with the caption, "Artists are not guilty." The emojis he used strongly suggested that he was referring to the NewJeans members. This blew up with all kinds of reactions from people on either side, to the point where HYBE had to state that they were currently checking the artist's real intentions. The latest update we've gotten on this whole situation is that due to a fan-submitted complaint that NewJeans were being harassed at their workplace, a representative and labor inspector of the Ministry of Employment confirmed that they would be probing and investigating the matter accordingly. Finally, as always, we have health updates, or idols we might not be seeing for a while. Tiffany Young will be temporarily stepping down from her role as Roxy in the musical Chicago, as she recently sustained a hand injury. CSR Sian will also be out for the rest of the group's activities in September, as she suffered an ankle injury and went to the hospital for treatment. And unfortunately, Lola has confirmed her departure from Pixie in a handwritten letter, explaining that her contract has expired, that she'll cherish the memories with fans and her members, but to also look forward to her future activities, where she'll go by her name Choi Yoo-jung. With that, let's get to the positive things that we can celebrate in K-pop. Comebacks and releases since the last video include Mamamoo Hwasa, Stray Kids' Han new self-written song for his birthday, former weekly member Uni is back with Madagascar, Pentagon's Jinho, and TXT's Yeonjun has debuted his first solo mixtape. Music show wins since the last video, LE SSERAFIM's Crazy earning its second and third win on M Countdown, EXO's Baekhyun winning on Music Bank, and Day 6 taking home the trophy on Music Core, marking their first win on a main public broadcast music show 9 years after their debut. On top of that, Day 6 has now become the only artist in 2024 to achieve more than one real-time all-kill, now with Happy, their second song to do it this year, from their Forever album released back in March. Congratulations to the VMA winners, as LE SSERAFIM won MTV Push Performance of the Year, 17 won Best Group, and Blackpink's Lisa won Best K-Pop for the second time. Also congrats.
I remember some people were saying that was low-key controversial because at the VMA she didn't perform a K-pop, or she didn't perform Korean songs, but I think she representing K-pop, not necessarily, you know what I'm saying she have to perform a K-pop song. She comes from a K-pop background, she came from a K-pop group, and she's very much K-pop, trying to mix pop and Korean. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's twice as Chewy, as her first solo mini album has now debuted on the Billboard 200. She is only the third female K-pop soloist to break into the top 100 of this chart, joining her members Nayeon and Jihyo. Megan Thee Stallion and BTS RM's new song has debuted on the Billboard Hot 100 and will be heard every Friday night as the new official theme of WWE's SmackDown. Is Michael Cole a K-pop fan?
Apple Music and Spotify. With my music background, you should allow me to handle that. I'm going to call you Mr. K-pop these days. I know you're a big BTS fan.
Baekhyun has now welcomed her first child, a baby girl, into the world after recently revealing that she was going to arrive sooner than expected. At the same time, LaBoom's Haeyeon announced that she is now pregnant with her second child. And finally, I thought this would be a great ending to the video. I recently got to meet the amazing Nathan in China of SYJ Official at KCON. They gave me a super meaningful gift as well. You might have seen their awesome content here on YouTube. Well, they recently did an interview with a group I think is underrated, Craxy, and while fans always remind each other that idols are just humans like us, sometimes we need to hear it from the artists themselves.
So here on our channel on SYJ Official, it's our mission to share your joy of K-pop. That's what the SYJ stands for, share your joy.
Nice.
But it's also our mission to bring humanity back to K-pop. K-pop fans, while as passionate and loving as we are, some tend to forget that our favorite idols are human too.
Facts, bro.
So that you are real, authentic people at the end of the day. You're more than just like performers on the stage. And there's a real person behind the idol persona.
That's what I love to see, and I feel like people only really come to this realization, and I hate that it have to be this, but whenever it's a major scandal like Burning Sun, that's when people really realize, oh, they real people, because real people do crazy stuff, evil stuff. But I think part of the problem is the companies try to have this picture perfect persona rather than making them seem like people, which is one problem. And problem number two is I feel like they don't ever have the ability to like show that part of themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, and after their careers, I feel like they do a really good job. And I think K-Pop Junkie has really showed me that whenever you see like these idols getting pregnant and, you know, little stuff like that, it's always so much more cool, bro. Like, I would love to see some of these K-pop idols after they retire to really have like a YouTube channel where they do show that personal side of them. I feel like it would be really cool. Just imagine one of your favorite K-pop idols having a YouTube empire, kind of like Stephanie So or something like, you know what I'm saying? I could see them doing that to where it's not necessarily as stressful because they could be human. You know, they could show the parts of their life that they want people to see, but I also understand that after going through the industry, they might not want to do that. You know what I'm saying? But definitely something to think about.
So what advice does each Craxy member have for K-pop fans, even Crown, to help them remember that, hey, we may be idols, but we're humans too?
We're same people, we can, we're same, you know? Well, just human beings.
Yeah, we're just people, right?
Yeah, eat and go to bathroom. You know, same people.
But sometimes someone write a bad message in our channels.
Yeah.
But
it doesn't matter for us.
Yeah,
Yes, we are strong and we have mental.
Yeah,
Yes.
the
Yes, we
bad
have good mental.
interesting is also, interesting. Yeah, so it's just that.
That's good.
We're okay, so same people.
Yes, but you don't have to do that.
Don't imagination fantasy. Okay?
Thanks.
Okay.
Be nice to our best friends right here.
Yeah. Be nice to